Peace, peace. What's good, everybody? I hope everybody's doing well. I'm doing well. Yep. I guess we coming off the super weather situation, that was going on over there. But hey, just like all the other ones, we make it through with flying colors. Because just to survive, even though yeah. Because the subject, even what I put as the title of this live is "Don't Believe the Hype." That's kind of like a joke, but that's kind of like a song. That's a song from back in the day when I was coming up, right? By Public Enemy. It was called "Don't Believe the Hype." And yeah, they were public enemies back then, right? Okay, because I guess they were, through their music lyrics, they were making people aware, or just talking about sensitive issues, with racial stuff that go on here in the United States. But they say don't believe the hype, so that's what I say. I say don't believe the hype in this time, in that time, and in this time. But yeah, we seem to have gotten, crazy lady. What's up, crazy lady? We seem, they always try to put us on turkey time. You know what I'm saying? But most of us, we didn't go for it. Especially the people that live in areas where it's always it's always winter time. You know what I mean? It's always like that here. Some type of something cold, ice, rain, snowstorms, all that stuff. So besides the fact, I don't care about all that. You know what I mean? Yeah, my glasses is foggy. Welcome in, Virgo. But I'm just getting on just to maintain my status, actually, because there's multiple things going on with TikTok right now. I mean, whether I don't know, like you can't check your stuff. It's looking like you can like I don't know, like my showcase is still on board and all that, but I can't check my analytics and all that kind of stuff is not working right. So it's just strange, but it's okay because it's okay. Hey, whatever. Like, it ain't no big deal because hey, things happen. You know what I mean? You just gotta rock and roll with whatever whatever the illusion shows you, and you just have to stay focused. Stay focused on yourself. Stay focused on your health, not just your physical health, your mental and your spiritual health also. You know what I mean? Don't let nobody talk you into believing in something that just ain't true. You know what I mean? If it ain't going down right in front of your door, for real, I'm gonna be honest with you, because I figured that out. Don't feed into it. If it ain't going on in your town, your city, don't feed into it. If it's not affecting your world, your reality that you have created for yourself, don't feed into it. And like I said, because I reposted an old video. I reposted an old video from about a year ago, and it was speaking about and I was talking about just a particular issue that was like going on internet at the time, between some people, some groups of people, right? And one of the people that represented one side of the debate had made a statement about a particular thing, and he really got roasted bad for that through the I'm gonna call them the ignorant, the people that were ignorant to certain things, not the ignorant people like ignorant, no, but the people who are just ignorant to certain things, meaning they don't really know a lot, they only know mainstream things. So what he said really took them by surprise, and then they were insulting him and things of that nature. And you know, as a conscious individual, you should always know that if you speak on things that people don't that is like far fetched, for them, and they're ignorant, meaning they don't know anything, then you're in danger of being called like a lot of different names, called insane and things of that nature. But you can't let that deter you of what you know to be true. You know what I'm saying? And actually, that's one of the lessons that you got to learn on your way up. You know, you got to learn that you just have to learn that the people are not ready for everything that you know. Period. And that's just something you got to learn. That's why, like, you know, it's good to have zeal for truth telling and truth seeking. Well, of course, truth seeking and truth telling. You should have the zeal for that, but you got to understand people don't. You know, people don't be ready for certain things. So just maybe as you get more experience in trying to inform people, because you know we try to inform the people because we love y'all, we love them. You know what I'm saying? Starting with our families, but like I said, they don't necessarily be ready, and they can go the other way. So you got the more you increase in your personal wisdom and knowledge setup, you'll know that you got to pick your shots when you know it's just like coaching kids and coaching kids, raising kids in your house. You know, it's not good to be so harsh, and it ain't good to be gentle all the time neither. You got to pick your shots because you're trying to move these people in a positive way, or at least what you think is in a positive way. Sometimes you got to trick your kids into doing their homework, or you have to bribe them, or you have to, you know, think all of these different things. You know what I'm saying? It's the same way with kids ain't nothing but young grown people or young old people. So, you know, truthfully, using trickery for the right reason is a good thing, but just not trickery, it's wisdom. The more wise you become in spreading whatever it is that you're spreading, or teaching whatever it is that you're teaching, you have to be like a strategist, you know, in a war against ignorance, in a war against harm coming to your children, or harm just coming to your people, to your friends and your family, you know. So when you tell them you're trying to raise people's consciousness and you're trying to you know, increase them in their non-mainstream knowledge, because this is the way that you'd be able to go through this life with less stress. Just being, you want to be of those who know. You don't want to be of those who has to be told something all the time. You know what I'm saying? Or you're looking on the news, or you're looking on the internet for even though you do find some good things on the internet, and this occasionally, but I'm just saying, the mainstream stuff is we have to go above. We have to go above it. And we have to keep in mind that really anything that's worth anything from knowledge, you're going to have to learn it on your own. Because what you learn in in school, they're not going to point you in the direction of like school really teaches you about certain skills so that you can become an employee, or you can be a worker bee. You know, this is why school doesn't teach you about law. That's why a lot of people don't know their rights. This is why. So I'm just saying, you know, a lot of people don't know their rights. Besides, you know, people don't know their rights. They don't know the law, and you know, but that's just one thing. But the same way, you know, you're not going to learn true. You're not going to really learn how to get close to God in the mainstream places. It sounds crazy and it sounds weird, but you're not going to get close to God following the routines of the mainstream Islamic ways, the mainstream Christian and Judeo-Christo ways, the mainstream even with the Buddhism, because all of these disciplines are true. You know, all of them are what you can call they're all good, but they all have been compromised. So, you know, the more, hey, Miss Kwana, I see you. You know what I mean? So you definitely want to just make yourself aware of a lot of things on your own. You know, you're going to have to learn on your own. Thanks, Miss Kwana. I see you. I see you changed your picture too. How you doing today? And you know, I'm just going to talk it because that's what it is. That's what it always was for me, whether I'm taking a break. How you doing? Thanks for coming in too. It seemed like I missed one day. I missed yesterday. It just seemed like I ain't been on in a while. One day. Yeah, I noticed. Yeah, of course. Yep. But yeah, no matter what you possibly you know, you gotta inform yourself. You gotta be self-taught. You gotta teach yourself. You gotta learn on your own. You know what I mean? It just is what it is, and I'm gonna just talk it because that's what it is. You know what I mean? Day in and day out. for me. Whether I'm talking about some other mess or not, trust me, I'm staying razor sharp always. And this is what I call you to be on. You know what I'm saying? I call you to be sharp. I call you to be high conscious. I call you to be to heed the call of your inner self. You know what I mean? And we can't heed the call of our inner selves unless we get to know ourselves. So the pursuit of knowledge of yourself first, is an ongoing affair. Like you know, you really don't get days off. Thanks for those populars too, Miss Kwana. I seen you. I saw you. It's an ongoing thing. And really, I'm advising myself, you know, and really, I'm putting my thoughts. I'm on this live and I'm speaking my thoughts to myself, because everything that I'm saying to myself. So, you know, you could benefit from it, or you can, or not. But what I'm just saying, my words is for myself and for anybody who want to listen. You know what I mean? And that's how I carry it. Period. You know what I mean? And today's a good day. And I'm focused in on having a good day. And that's what I do every day. You know, I do my best. You know what I mean? And I go up and down just like everybody else. And I just do. But it is what it is. Yeah. Oh, you gotta work. You had to work today? Yeah. Yeah, no, I figured that, because you know what? It's not really that bad. I'm not opening up the store today. Well, my son, he told me don't open up, so I ain't opening up today. But nobody came. Yeah, the streets is clear here though. Well, it's right out front where I am. You know what I mean? The streets is clear, so probably could have opened, but it probably didn't make no sense to open anyway, because it's a lot of it's people moving around and all that. But yeah, it didn't make no sense to open today. Tomorrow, you know, we'll be open tomorrow. But no, they dropped because really the street where I am is it's a big street. It's a large two-way street, and yeah, they got it open even when it was snowing, when it was really coming down. They was keeping it clear. They was big trucks moving through, salt, all that. So yeah, but definitely tomorrow we get back on. I mean, we'll be open. You know what I'm saying? But even like, you know, like I don't know. I do know. That's just something I gotta stop saying. I do know, but at the end of the day, like, I live in my own bubble, like, and my bubble is cool because I created it for me, right? But and I'm starting to be more. Well, I am more conscious of it, that the bubble that I exist in, or the world that I exist in, is the world that I've created for myself. And the reason why I say don't believe the hype is because, like, out of all the stuff, you know what I mean, all the stuff people getting hyped up about, even all of these things is just ways to get you off your rocker, to get you into some type of thought process that powers and fuels the negative energy. Whether it's the fear of a snowstorm, oh, you know what I mean, this is the worst snowstorm since since, you know, whatever, 1950. Get out of here, man. Like, come on, man. Everything, that's just something for you to focus your energy into the negativity, and to give that negativity power, because you can put yourself in multiple different dimensions, and until you get that, you don't get it. Now, you could be a firm believer of this and a firm believer of that, but there are multiple versions of that which you believe. So you know what I mean. You could put yourself in many different, let's say, a positive part of it or a negative, and a lot of people just will never get that. They will never even. But so what I'm just saying, but for those who do get it, just know that keep your mind free of those type of influences. Make sure you're thinking about what you want to happen. You know, because what I want to be happening is happening. My street is clear. You know what I'm saying? I ain't snowed in. I have food. I have water. Yeah. and I feel good right now. You know what I'm saying? And I'm healthy. So what I'm thinking and what I desire is happening right now because that's where my thoughts is happening. And I ain't worrying about what's going on. And if it ain't happening in the right way in your reality, then you should start molding your thoughts and your desires to match what you want. You know what I'm saying? And and that's the reality of it, because there's many different ways and directions that you can go in life. It's many different religions that you can choose to, because that's what people be focused on. That's what we've been programmed for years and years and years to be one thing or the other. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is, what all of these things are true. All of these things have merit. All of these things are valid. So like you can just decide what you want to be on, and then once you decide then what you want to be on, there are multiple versions of that. We know that in a basic sense. There's multiple denominations and sects of Christians. There's multiple denominations and sects of Muslims. And you got different kind of Buddhists too. Every Buddhist ain't the same. You got different, you know what I mean? You got different kinds, right? So that's in the basic sense. So, I mean, but the multidimensional reality is it. And if you get that, then you got it. And people who realize that they give up on conflict. Because I don't care what you're doing over there. If I don't want it in my reality, I'm not going over there, and I'm not going to think that into my world. I'm gonna just go away from it. I'm gonna think my way away from it before I even walk away from it. I'm going to just turn myself off to it mentally and spiritually. And this is how we navigate and move around in true reality. In true reality. I ain't talking about all this stuff. Oh, this is the truth because, you know what I mean, the historical book and this and that. There are always multiple realities going on inside this illusion for you to choose from. You always have multiple versions or multiple versions of reality to choose from. It is just that we have constantly been influenced by we've been constantly influenced to go this way. I'm a Christian because my mom and my dad was Christians. I'm gonna go this way. My mom is a Muslim. I'm gonna go this way, and I'm just saying this because I'm a capitalist American, or I'm a communist Russian, whatever. All these different things we were influenced as children to be, because that's where we manifested. We were born into that, right? Okay, but you always really had multiple. You always had multiple versions to choose from, whether you know it or not. Point blank, period. Because there are positive and negatives of all governments. There are positive and negatives of all religion, right? Okay, and it's more than just two. It's like way more than two. It's more than 10. It's more than 20. It's more than 100 different versions, equal versions. So, and it sounds so insane to not insane. It's only insane because we don't know about it. But science people know this, but they're not pushing this because they know it'd be hard to get people to stand up and defend different methodologies and philosophies and all that kind of stuff. How you gonna get me to feed in the one particular thing if I know that it's, man, I ain't gotta sit out here and walk around with signs. I ain't gotta fight nobody. I don't gotta go through none of that. I can just think my way into the version of reality that I want. How about that? You know what I mean? So guess what? Even with the ugly, you got people. And I came through a certain door, like even dealing with race and just culture conflicts and different kind of stuff. You know what I mean? I came into higher learning and higher knowledge through that. So I'm not going to say I ain't. What can I say? It just is what it is. That's the door I came through. But it doesn't negate the ultimate understanding or overstanding that there are multiple realities going on simultaneously. Period. So whatever you know what I mean? So don't get stuck. You ain't got to get stuck or discouraged about nothing or nobody. Just turn the channel. If the channel ain't right on it, and I exist in all of them. But guess what? That's why. Yeah, I exist in all of them. If you're a fake, if you're not real, then you're not even going to get what I'm saying. But if you have enough intellect and you have enough spirit and true soul inside of you, you already know that what I'm saying is true. That's if you've gotten far enough to even be listening to something like what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? And I ain't referring back to no books, because at the end of the day, the most valuable knowledge is ancient, and it's something like, and when you get into all of that Akashic type stuff and all that stuff is already in you. If you're real, then you know that it's the truth. You ain't gotta go inside no book and read a book talking about quantum physics. We already know it. You know your soul, your true self, yourself knows that these things are real. The multiple, you know what I'm saying? So all of it, and that you can manifest. We were created to be that way. And you could take a Bible understanding, you know what I'm saying? And you could take it's multiple different kind of understandings you could take, and it's still gonna end with, we was created to be able to manifest what we want. We was created. Thanks, Maya. Thank you. You know, we were created to be able to do these things. Point blank. Period. It's just like let's I'm gonna give you an example. Like you might read a religious book, in a historical book, and it talks about a flood, right? In the flood, thank you. I'm gonna put you up on the pen too. And the flood says, in one book says the flood, was in the time of a man named Noah, right? Okay. But then over here, you might hear a history book. It might be a history book you're reading about somebody named Gilgamesh. Gilgamesh and Noah might be the same person, right? Because we're not really dealing with on and on and on. The knowledge, once you understand, you will understand that, okay, Gilgamesh and Noah could be the same person, right? That's a big time reality. You know what I'm saying? Thanks for the heart me. And, the more knowledge you acquire, that's why the knowledge thing is a big thing. But even in that, if there are multiple reality. Okay, in one reality, the man is Noah. And in another reality, he's Gilgamesh. Okay? And that's just a little teeny small example of, it's just a teeny small example. And in the reality that I'm living in, I'm here in the United States. I'm living in a reality that it just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And because like I just said, I exist in many realities. I exist in every reality, actually. So and I personify different things in different realities, period. You know what I'm saying? I got to understand that. But here I personify a particular thing, and I have chosen to think my way out of a level of deception into one of knowing myself and willing myself to be myself. On and on and on. It all points back to me, right? But yeah, use your own mind, man. You know, learn as much as you can. You'll be all right. You know what I'm saying? Think good thoughts. Don't get hyped. Yeah, that's where I am. I appreciate that too, Maya. Maya. It looks like Maya. Maya. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. I appreciate you coming in and dropping that heart me on me too. I appreciate it. Make sure y'all make friends with Captain Avatar, y'all. I'm still a TikToker, a live content creator. Make sure y'all make friends with Captain Avatar, y'all. But it's all good. And as we travel together, hey, just hopefully, hopefully you can meet some like-minded people. And just live it is what it is. But my reality is going exactly how it's supposed to go. It just is. But I don't know, my stomach's starting to feel funny. I drank a drink. I actually made a drink. I put turmeric, cayenne pepper, and some nutmeg. But I do that once a day anyway. Sometimes twice. It depends on how I'm eating. Uh, but sometimes sometimes when the cayenne gets in your stomach, it's cayenne pepper. It'll start. It's burning a little bit. Not burning, but it's just my stomach is heated. But yeah, I'm good though. Let me see something. And I really just came on today just to I really came on today to cause I had work. I used to be in the B5 league, and I actually it went down to I was in the D1, and I was I wasn't upset about it, but I I didn't want to be there. So now I'm back in the C league, so I kind of I definitely want to stay down in the I want to stay in the C league. I want to get down. I want to actually want to get to the A league, but you know, because it says TikTok is a game. It's it's a game we play, right? So yeah, I wish I was. I want to be a little bit higher. You know what I mean? Baby, welcome in, welcome in. Make sure you like the live. If you coming in and out, make sure you make friends with everyone in the chat, including the host. It's no problem with doing that. You know what I mean? And yeah, and I appreciate if you would like the live. Much appreciated, y'all. Yeah, but that's what's going on. Just trying to get through these days. Yeah. I wonder, let me see something. Yeah. Oh, you can hear it. I ain't even think. The music is kind of loud. Debbie King, welcome in, Debbie. Yeah. And if you come in and I appreciate if you tap it up. Let's tap it up. Let's get it up to 10K. We got 3.1. I'm just trying to get up to this 10K. Because the 10K is going to keep us on the FYP, y'all. Baby. Debbie King. Captain Avatar. Let's get it. Yeah. And there's so many, a lot of stuff that I be thinking about, like, not thinking about, a lot of stuff that I witness in a lot of stuff that I witness. Because with a lot of us seeing the world, we seeing the world through social media, and through like whatever we see from the news or whatever that comes up on social media. And there's so much different things that I just be like really mind blown. Well, I'm mind blown by these things because I understand where they come from. Like people being tricked. Are being tricked. The people are being tricked into being their own personal enemy. A lot of us don't even know that we're functioning as our worst enemy, myself included. Because that's just like I constantly say, and multiple times prior, you have to think your way out of this prison. They got a lot of us thinking it's a mental thing, and it's not. And it's funny. They got this guy. It's this guy in Philly, right? Because I'm from Philly. I'm in Philly actually. It's this guy running around. Well, he's formed a group, some group, but they're calling themselves Black Panthers, right? Like the new Black Panthers. And you know what's funny? I met that guy on the train. You know what I'm saying? I actually met that guy on the train. So it's funny when I'm seeing videos and different things made about this guy, and it's funny. I just be like, I met that guy. I met that guy face to face and had a whole conversation with him on the train on the subway in Philly, right? And the guy was like, he was talking all this hype stuff on the train and all this stuff, and I was just looking at him and I told him, I said, man, I'm a Moor, because he was hyping, and I'm gonna be honest with you, somebody like him is very, very he's dangerous. I'm gonna tell you, you know what I'm saying? He's a dangerous person. He's dangerous, especially for young guys, because a lot of guys, when they're young, they don't have nothing to focus in, and they'll look up. Say, I was looking at him just as a young boy, just he hype. You don't know he talking to a grown ass man. I done been through all that stuff. I've been, fighting for so-called American people. You know what I'm saying? Meaning in real time. You know what I'm saying? Since I was a young boy, I don't have a certain fear. Like all the cops, niggas versus cops and all that. I've been on that. Come on, man. I ain't gotta be like, So I'm just saying that dude he's not cool. So for anybody saying, I'm gonna be honest with you, I've met that guy. He's a problem. But what I'm saying is, don't believe the hype, because the negativity that you can accept inside of this reality takes form in many different ways, and it also will feed off of your emotions. So if you emotion, whether the so-called I don't like calling people colors, you know what I'm saying, but American people, you know what I mean, indigenous American people have always been done wrong in recent times, in the last 200-300 years, right? So what I'm saying is, the enemy of the the negativity of that knows how to play off people's emotions. I'm just saying, emotion is a big thing. I made a big thing, you know what I mean? Emotion is a big thing. So don't nobody start talking that, niggas versus white folks and all that kind of shit, get you hyped up in the, thinking the wrong thing. Because if you, even with the racism thing, like I said, it's mind over matter, literally. You know what I'm saying? If you think that, if you keep that stuff in the forefront of your head all the time, then it's going to manifest into your reality. Do you get it? You know what I'm saying? So regardless of it being something that, of course it exists. You have multiple realities. You have multiple realities going on where racism doesn't exist. It's just like hunger and poverty. There are multiple realities where poverty exists, and there are multiple realities where poverty doesn't exist. Like the same amount of number too. They're equal. So what I'm just saying is, it's up to you to put yourself where you want to be. It is what it is. It ain't about being loyal to yourself or your people. No, you should be loyal to yourself first, and you should get yourself into the right place for you and yours, because that's how it works. It doesn't work all of that stuff. You be stuck somewhere. You be stuck somewhere walking around with a damn sign, or you be stuck somewhere. Even listen. You got people that's super smart that I know that are stuck in realities because they refuse to stop thinking about a negative aspect instead of just overcoming it and going to the next stage, which is becoming a proficient manager of your thoughts and your reality. You know what I'm saying? Because if you can't manage your thoughts, you'll never be able to manage it. You'll never be able to manage and create the reality that you want. You'll only be able to just walk into a place, react to it, and then you'll be there. As opposed to like being able, having the power to manage yourself, whereas you will walk into a place and you see what's going on, and you could just be like, okay, Jazzy Bree, thank you. You know what I mean? And then you could just manage your thoughts and move right through it. And that's what it is. How you doing today, Miss Jazzy? I appreciate you coming in and supporting me. I truly do. And in a big way, no, not that is it. They don't want, but it don't matter. Even the people that know, the proverbial them, right? The proverbial them exists in multiple places too, in multiple realities. It's going pretty good. Everything's good over here. You know what I mean? The weather's good. The streets are clear. I'm feeling good. No complaints. How about where you are? Yeah. Yeah, I don't have no complaints. I'm feeling pretty good right now. I'm just really just coming on live, just to stay up to speed with with the live stream. And a lot of us been having problems with our pages though. I don't know if you do. You have a TikTok? Do you have a showcase? Are you an affiliate? No, but I'm just asking that because a lot of us been having problems checking the analytics and stuff. Oh, that's good. That's good. Yeah. Well, I'm up in Pennsylvania, so it snowed up here, but I mean, it snowed pretty. We got some inches, but it wasn't. It ain't. It's been worse. That ain't. It wasn't. To me, it wasn't that bad. I was really you know, yeah, it ain't that bad. Everything will be back to normal by tomorrow. Yeah. Thanks for coming in too. I appreciate it. I truly do. Don't forget to get your rewards from that little heart up top next to my name. Yeah, you get your rewards. The rewards help me, and it'll help you. Oh, you're not? Okay. Yeah, well, a lot of the people that like myself, we're affiliates. Like we have showcases, TikTok shop showcases. I don't know. It's not letting us well, I still got the showcase. It's like the system is not letting you like apply for samples. I noticed that the analytics stuff ain't popping up. Like you know how if you can go to the TikTok shop and you can just check and see like you can manage your samples, you can check on your earnings, all of that. You can't do it right now. I know I can't. And a couple people that I spoke to, a couple of the friends said that they were having the same problem. So yeah, but I don't want to let that take me off the business side of what I'm doing. But besides that, everything is normal. And that's another thing. Just know that even with the algorithms of social media, this is just another way that has been created to move the people around. Just move energy a certain way because I'm just saying. Because imagine, just a minute, okay, look, the storm. They said the storm was the biggest storm since 1865. You know what I mean? And, everybody was hyped and nervous and running in the store buying food and all that. It's the same way when, they going to shut down, TikTok getting shut down and all that. Hey. It is what it is, but it's all good. What time is it? I mean, it's 12:52. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna stay on for a little longer. Thanks, Miss Jazzy. Thank you. Hey, Miss Jazzy, is it possible? Can you share the live? I appreciate it. I'm gonna put you back up on the pen. I think I'm gonna stay on for about 15 more minutes. If you come in and out, make sure you make friends with Jazzy Bree, y'all. And also make friends with the host. The host with the most. Thanks, Miss Jazzy. I appreciate that. Yeah. How long you been on TikTok, Miss Jazzy? How long you been on TikTok? I return on. Oh, okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. I think you've been on longer than me. I think I got on. I think I got on in like. Yeah, I don't know. I was on but not active. Yeah, that's what it was. I think I was on. I think I might have went on TikTok back in like 218, 219, something like that. It could not. Maybe I'm. Yeah. No, maybe 2020. Yeah. Like 2020. With my first account, I gotta plug this phone up. Elgin Cloud, welcome in, Elgin. Yeah, I appreciate the likes too and the shares. Yeah. Oh, excuse me. Brad One Don. Oh yeah, that's good. What you gonna try to get inside of the content creating program? Yeah, you almost there. Sheesh, you got a nice following. You got a real nice following. No, I just looked at your. Yeah, you got real good numbers. Once you get in, well, I think you probably know by now. Once you get that 10K, you can well, you got to get 10K, but in 6 months, yeah, the 10K is easier than I don't know. You got to get 10K, but then after that, hey, Miss Melvina, after that you got to get you have to welcome in Miss Melvina. After that, if you to get in the program, you got to have like 100,000 views. Likewise. How's everything? How's everything where you are? I know you were in snow and cold too. Yeah, but you gotta have 100,000 views inside of 30 days. And that's kind of like that's harder. Yeah, it do. I don't even want to say it's difficult, but it can be difficult. It can be easy too. Thanks, Miss Melvina, for the likes. I appreciate it. Welcome in, y'all. Make sure y'all make friends. Make sure y'all make friends with Miss Melvina. Miss Melvina is a live hostess too. She goes on nearly every day, y'all. Yeah, Miss Jazzy. I don't know if you already friends with Miss Melvina, but she's good people. Um, she's a good friend to have. Yeah, and me and her have been friends for a long time. Me and her have been friends almost. Hey, thanks for the follow, Miss BB. I see you. Drop a comment. Drop a comment, Miss BB. Uh, so yeah, so I can so I can put you on the pin. I friended you back too, Miss BB. I appreciate you coming in too. Everybody, make sure make friends, y'all, with Miss BB. I appreciate it. Yeah, thanks for coming in. I appreciate that heart me too. Yeah, thanks for that heart me. Who dropped that heart me? Miss BB? I appreciate it. Or Miss Melvina? Yeah, thanks for the likes, y'all. I'm trying to get up to this 10K. Yeah, make sure y'all make friends, everybody. Yeah. Oh, is she? All right. Well, thanks, dear. Thank you. Thank you for coming in. Well, thanks for sharing it with her. And then, yeah, thanks for coming in. Yeah, it's normally a few people comes in my room as I speak. Yeah. But most days I don't know, I just talk about what I want to talk about. But I don't know. Today I was talking about I don't know, just keeping your mind clear, just staying positive, not feeding into the mainstream the mainstream mess that's, going on, and yeah, just stay focused on yourself. That's what I say. And the world is full of opinions, right? But that's my opinion. Thanks, Mr. Melvin. I see. I see. Let me put you back up one more time. I'm gonna put you up one more time, too, Miss BB. Thanks for the FYP too. Hashtag FYP, y'all. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm gonna stay on for a couple more minutes. Probably come back on a little later on. I gotta get me something to eat. Make sure y'all get Captain Avatar too, y'all. Thanks, Mr. Malvina. I appreciate that. Appreciate that. What you mean, Miss Jazzy? Okay. We got Miss Jazzy Bree. She's up there one more time, y'all. Make sure y'all get her. Thanks, Miss Malvina. I appreciate that. I see you. When you get to 10K, you got to get that 100. You got to get that 100,000 views in 1 month. You got 30 days to get 100,000 views, and on that, they'll let you in the program because they'll give you a message. Yeah, you can do it. I was monetized before. They put me out the program. Yeah, I was monetized. Yeah, I was monetized already. They kicked me out the program because I had reused some content, but it was my own content. And yeah, they put me out the program. So I did it. I did it one time. You can do it. You just gonna have to work at it. You know, you gotta post a lot in order to get 100,000. Yeah, going live more will help your views because I'll tell you this, and it's something I slack on. It's good to make 1 or 2 videos, fresh videos before you go live because as those videos are circulating through the FYP, it'll call people to come into your live. That's another way of getting views, and you'll get more views on the video. You'll get more people into your live. Then you can talk about whatever you're gonna talk about to attract people to your page. But you're just gonna have to post a lot in order to get that 100,000 views. I had to post a lot. I was posting like, I ain't gonna lie, at that time I was probably doing 10 posts a day, 10, 12, 15 posts a day, and somehow I did it. I just did it. Like, you know what I mean? But I just know that I did a lot of, to get to it. You know? Yeah, you know what I'm saying, Miss Melvina? Because I really, really did, yeah, I do battles. I haven't done one in a while, but yeah, I do battles. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I just haven't done any in a while, but definitely, that is a lot of posting, right? Yeah, but you can do it because even the girl that I follow, she's like a TikTok coach teacher. Monster Mara. She puts it out, and she's about doing. Thanks, Mr. Melvin. She puts it out about doing 25 posts a day. So 25, hey, but she's right though, because even imagine this. If you only getting 100 views, because when you get close to getting monetized for some strange reason, your views go down. Because once I got to 10K, I was averaging between 300 and 600 views on my videos, right? And then as soon as I got to 10K and I was really trying to get that 100,000, man, my views went down to like 100. My views went down to 100. So, you know. It is what it is, right? You could, it's rigged, right? Okay, but what I'm saying is, your views is gonna go down 9 times out of 10, not all the time. But thanks, Miss Melvina. And what else I was gonna say? I'm trying to put Miss BB back up. Make another comment, Miss BB. I'm gonna put you back up one more time. But yeah, but you gotta in a lot of ways. You gotta look at what's going on TikTok as not being real. I'm just saying. Like, I know me and Miss Melvina have been friends for about 2 years now on here, and Miss Melvina is real. She just is. She's a real person. But a lot of stuff that go on here is not real. So don't stay focused on yourself, right? But I'm getting back to what Monster Mara was talking about. Monster Mara, she's about posting 25. No, you're welcome, Miss Melvina. she talks about, Monster Mara talks about posting 25 times a day. So I'm gonna just repeat what she said because it's true. It can work. Because even she said if you post 25 times a day and you get 100 views, you get 100 views on 25 videos, that's 2,500 views per day. And you're gonna get a little more than that, right? So do the math times 30. You see what I'm saying? Do the math times 30. If you can muster the energy to get 25 posts in a day, you can get that 100. You can get low views and still get that 100,000 within 30 days. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I've been trying to get, because they're gonna let me back in the program, but I don't know. I just cannot put out 25 videos. That's just difficult. It can be done though. And I'm just saying, I'm just trying to give you a little hack, a little hack move. You can possibly do it. And yo, Joe. But yeah, I would say try to do the best you can to get as close to it. That is a lot of videos, right? Peace, Joe. Welcome in, my brother. This is another good positive person. Make sure y'all make friends with Joe the Alchemist. He's in the chat. I'm ready to put him on the pen. But yeah, that's if you're trying to really get monetized. Hey. Miss BB. To a certain degree, it seems like that, right? It do really seem like that, but it can be done because I did it before, and I ain't gonna lie, like I'm not like no super TikTok expert, but I did it before. I got monetized on YouTube. YouTube put me out I got monetized on YouTube, and they put me out the program. I got over 1,600 subscribers on YouTube, but see. They said I reposted some old content, but it was my stuff. But just know the rules. If you do get monetized, make sure you know the rules, because I put that on myself. Yeah, I was monetized on YouTube and on TikTok. So it can be done. It definitely can be done. You just gotta but guess what? It's always harder to do things twice. You know what I mean? That's like winning a Super Bowl, right? You know what I mean? Or winning a championship. Like, sometimes it's just really, really hard to be able to. Yeah, Miss Marina. I was monetized on. I was monetized on YouTube and TikTok. And for me reposting content that I had already used or whatever, this the thing. See, the video can be yours, right? You took the video off your page on Instagram, but if it has that sticker, you know how like it'll have that sticker, it could be yours. They'll still find, I don't know what's the word. You'll still get like some type of. I did appeal it, and they shot me down. Yeah, I did appeal it, and they said no. But they said, and I stayed suspended it for a month. I stayed suspended for like a month, but then they said, okay, you can get back in the program. You just gotta. I gotta do 100,000 views. I gotta do 100,000 views on here. And for my YouTube, I have to get I gotta get another 4,000 hours of watch time. Yeah, so remember that, Miss Jazzy. Remember that. See, YouTube is like you gotta get 4,000 hours, and see, I'm a boxing coach, so I had a lot of view time. I had a lot of view time when I was still in the boxing gym with my fighters, but I haven't been in the gym. I got my view time back then. You know what I'm saying? So like now, I'm not getting the views that I was getting when I was putting in the boxing content. The boxing content got more views. So, but like I said, when you could do something, you definitely got a good chance of doing it again. But sometimes it's a little more difficult. You know what I mean? So. Don't worry, you'll be able to get it. I mean, getting 10K friends has its difficulties too. You gotta work for that. Like people just think a lot of people just think, oh yeah, I'm gonna go on TikTok and I'm gonna just do this. Man, it ain't. Man, shoot, you going to put some work in to get up to 1,000, and then when you get 1,000, you be like, damn, how the hell you get up to? How you get 4,000? How you get 3,000? Right, Miss Melvina, TikTok is already a full-time job. She said I can't post anything anywhere else. Yeah, yeah, I dig it. You better want it, because guess what? But this is why I use I use TikTok as my base now. When I do lives, I'll make videos from, because you know the live, they save you, they save all live streams for 30 days. So you can download the live, and then you could like break it up into pieces and post a piece. That's, I like that about TikTok. And then you could just post it around the world, wherever you want to put it. YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. Only thing that I would say, make sure that you don't have like no copywritten music on it. Because if you got, like me, I'm playing some copyright music, so they may not I can't really use this like I want to. But yeah, besides that, when you do your lives, do not, make sure you don't have no, if you want to reuse it on other social media platforms and you want to reuse it onto TikTok, make sure you don't make sure there's no copywritten music on it, because if you got copywritten music, it's gonna get flagged. They gonna flag it. They definitely gonna flag it on YouTube, and they definitely gonna flag it on TikTok. Hold on, what you say, Miss Jazz? You said, and Miss Melvina says she's trying Facebook, but it's really hard. Yeah. I've had Facebook for a long time, so I just post it. Like, I'll download, if I post something on here, I'll just download the video. Like if it's like 1 minute or 1.5 minutes, I'll download it, and then I'll just take it over to Facebook, and I'll post it on Facebook on Reels. See, that's what you gotta be into on Facebook and Instagram. You gotta mess with Reels, and I'll post it as a reel, and then I'll just delete it. Right, Miss Melvin. You know what I'm saying? And Miss Jazz, you said people, they want you to promote. Yeah. I know what you're saying. They want to Yeah, but a lot of times, even on here, you got these guys, you got these people that try to you pay them, and they get you friends, they get you followers, they get you views. Them, don't do it. Don't do it, because they don't count. They don't count. Like, you're dealing with a system that's run by AI. The system, thanks, Mr. Melvin. They're being the system is controlled and regulated by AI. The AI that's watching you. Shoot, the AI watching you like that eye. You see that eye back of me on this panther? That's how much the AI is looking right at you. So if you advertise something, if you talk about something on here that's not, hey, Miss Melvina, you know what I'm talking about, right? If you advertise something on here that's not on the TikTok shop, they see. So like, please don't think that they don't see, you know what I mean, like these people getting these fake views and all that, because, oh, send me a galaxy and I'll get you 20,000 views. Yeah, okay. They pay for views, so you think they're gonna let somebody come in here and just and run it up like that? Especially YouTube, right? Eyes everywhere, looking right at you. So I mean, that's why, Miss Bree, that's good. You said like you want to do it organically, right? Just focusing on doing it organic, because if you do it organically, it's hard to get taken away. And I'm just saying it because that's the truth, for real. Because you ain't gonna get nothing, you know what I mean, for all the fake views and the fake. It ain't gonna benefit you, because if you got robot followers, they're not engaging. You see how Miss Melvina is in here, and she's active in my chat. She's engaging. You know what I'm saying? She's making friends with y'all also. Yeah, thanks y'all. Y'all got me up. Y'all got me up to 10K. I appreciate it. You know what I mean? But she's real. Those robots, they don't engage. I ain't gonna lie, a lot of robots, because on my way to 10K, right? I used to go to go into a lot of GRO rooms, right? Like this is just some real powerful rooms, because it was some girls. It's like 3 or 4 sisters, African girls, and they it's called it was called Gold Eater, yeah, Gold something, right? And I'm telling about every time you go on their live, they got like 800 people in there, so you can really go inside their room and get a lot of new friends and stuff like that. Yeah, me too, me too. Also, that user, you can delete a lot of bad friends, like you know those anybody who has that user with not a real name, you gotta erase them because that makes it bad on your page too. But yeah, I mean, a lot of those friends, even to this day, a lot of the friends that I have are not real, meaning like they robot pages or they just So I mean, all right, Miss Jazzy, thanks for coming in and kicking it with us. I appreciate that. I think I am. I think I'm gonna go on later, maybe 7 to 8 o'clock. I gotta see how I feel. Yeah. Yeah, I gotta see how I feel. Yeah. Miss Melvina, when you going on? Or are you going on today? Yeah, I'm ready to go off. I appreciate y'all coming in and supporting me as always. Yeah, well I'll see you probably on your live when you finally go on. And God bless y'all. Stay warm or stay dry. And take care, Miss BB. Thanks for coming on too. I'll see everybody soon. I'll be back on probably later on. All right, God bless y'all. Matter of fact, I gotta redo my goal thing. Edit. Yeah. All right, y'all. Peace.